Ramble.
Thank you to Caliper Cbd and DoorDash for sponsoring today's episode.
Live from Orlando Studios in Florida, it's the TryPod with your favorite friends. You've got me, Zach. Joining below, you've got Wibbly Wobbly Keith. Everyone's favorite DJ, Ned Fulmer. And our live studio audience, Miles Bonsignore.
Whoa, look at that measure.
He's got
What's
the tape.
happening, friends? What's happening, fam? Today we're going to be sharing some rejected projects from our pasts. I've got a wild story from this weekend. But first, fellas, hello. Another week, another day. How y'all doing?
It's Thursday, baby. I'm feeling fine, feeling fresh. Miles just opened up a measuring tape and I got intense flashbacks because I've been doing nothing but house projects. I literally have paint all on my fingernails.
Oh,
I've been
thank
painting.
God that's
this
paint.
took
I
like,
thought that your nail chipped off. I was like, that's horrifying.
No.
Jesus.
This is me like after 10 minutes of scrubbing, it's still just paint everywhere. And I got more painting to do. It's fun. It's fun. We moved in to the new house, which Wes or Ariel has been calling La Casita.
You mean like you didn't move your house? You just mean the little unit.
It now has furniture in it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's now slightly less of a construction zone. Yeah, Wes woke me up this morning. He screamed, "Dada, wake up!
Oh no.
Exercise!"
Oh, wow.
So he ripped me out of bed and pulled me and then grabbed like our little exercise yoga mat and he said, exercise, exercise. And so my child like is now a personal trainer, I think, because
awesome.
he got me out of bed, getting the blood flowing, body moving, and we exercised together. I did some push-ups. He was on my back.
What does exercise mean to a 2-year-old? Like, what is he getting out of it? Is he just
He just
jumping
like,
around?
copies me and like jumps around. Yeah, he likes doing the like mountain climbers. That's where you have you're kind of in a push-up position and you like bring your knees up towards your chest. That's really fun for 2-year-olds to do. The lunges,
Which is nothing like climbing a mountain.
No,
I would assume.
definitely not.
No.
You know, most mountains are vertical, not horizontal. But what do I know?
And if you climbed that fast, you would slip on a rock. Very
You
dangerous.
certainly would, and you don't have any carabiners. And what else? You know, reverse lunges are pretty challenging for a 2-year-old to figure out.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
which way? How does my leg go backwards to do what Daddy's doing? And then he figures it out, and he's very proud of himself.
Your son is already more athletic than Keith and I combined. I'm wondering, Keith, when you were 2 years old, what were you waking up your parents to do? Because I certainly was not asking them to exercise.
Like most people, don't have any memories from that time. I have to
Touché.
assume I was saying the word ball a lot because that was my first word. I was very interested in balls.
Oh,
Loved to roll them, toss
Now
them,
you
kick
know how
them,
to
catch them.
juggle.
And now I know how to juggle. I also, I was watching something. Oh, you know what? I've been this weekend. Becky and I have been watching select episodes of Real Housewives of New York City. What a train wreck! And there was one episode last night where one of the girls had a light up balloon, and she like had it the whole night, which was very funny because it was like constant arguing. But then she would like walk with this fluorescent balloon, and it reminded me like when I was a kid, nothing made me happier than a balloon. Like I would get hours, days of play with a balloon. There's the
You play Don't Let It Touch the Ground?
Don't let it touch the ground. And equally, in a helium balloon, don't let it touch the ceiling. Where you hold the string and you had to like put it on the other side of the room. And you try to like catch the string and not let it touch the ceiling.
I still remember the first time I saw a helium balloon escape up into the sky.
Oh,
It's a
traumatizing.
very traumatizing, very sad moment.
It's crazy.
It just keeps on going, and then it just keeps on going some more, and you can't catch it, and it's gone. You
It's kind of
imagine
like
it's just going to keep going forever. And then
your first-
when you're older, somebody tells you, you're like, yeah, the pressure changes and it deflates.
But it's kind of like your first like lost loved one as a child.
Right?
Right. It's your first time realizing like that's not coming back. It's gone
Life
forever.
is fleeting, ephemeral. We are all but balloons soon to drift off into the horizon.
Did you ever try to play like Equilibrium, where you put just the right amount of weight on the string so that it suspends?
Oh yeah.
Like the temperature of the room
I
will
didn't
make
call it
it
equilibrium. I don't think I knew that
I'm
word.
sure I didn't call it equilibrium. I probably called it balance balloon. That was a fun thing to do if you were a nerd, is try to put on just a few more ounces of weight so it hovers in the center of the room like a ghost.
I don't think I will ever have as much fun as trying to keep a balloon from hitting the ground. Like I would dive across the room, like, carpet burns on my elbows, go all out to save the planet.
I mean, that counts as exercise.
Yeah, when I was Wes's age, or I guess no, that's too early. I would just wake up early and sneak downstairs and turn the TV on. That was my childhood. I had no interest in exercise ever. I only wanted to become a couch. I wanted my body to fuse with the fabric around me.
Remember when you're a child and you're watching TV, but you all like, I didn't have the like couch body. I was still like jumping up and down. Like, you just have so much energy as a child. It's unbelievable how much energy you have. And I would like, you'd like lay on your stomach and then you'd roll on your side and then you'd sit and then you'd like stand up and watch. And I was just like constantly moving all the time. I think I was just so hyperactive as a child.
Wes calls it cookie movie.
Cookie movie.
He wants to sit on the couch, eat a cookie, which is like, a snack bar, drink some milk, and then watch a movie, which is, a 10-minute episode of Daniel Tiger.
Yo, honestly, relatable.
Yeah, I get that.
Is Daniel Tiger good? Should I check it out? Or
Dude.
It's kind of a banger.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got some hot jams. It really teaches kids about stuff.
Season 1 is a little bit of character groundwork, and you're going to be like, some of these episodes are a little long. You just got to get through it. Once you get to season 2 and the ostrich twins
Things
come in,
start
it's like,
clicking.
oh my God. And then you're like, dude, Daniel Tiger, I love him, but I think he's actually a bad guy. And then you're like, is Daniel Tiger going to die? You can't kill off Daniel Tiger, but you just in fear every episode. It's really crazy.
Zach's talking out of his ass, but surprisingly accurate. He's like actually kind of nailing it.
Wow.
And then Daniel Tiger, like his mom is pregnant with another baby, and that's a whole thing.
Jesus.
Oh.
Then it's like, what even is this show? And it's like, I thought it was about Daniel Tiger, and now it's like the Tiger family. It's like they keep changing it.
I wasn't crazy about Ali Alligator's meth subplot. I thought they could have gone without that. It just made me sad.
I think it was they were trying to show how meth is bad.
Yeah. Right. They sing that song that's like,
don't do meth, don't do meth, little tiger baby, don't do meth, no, you do not want to do meth, you'll blow up your apartment with meth.
We sometimes describe our Legends of the Internet show as a fucked up children's show for adults, but really, we if we could have leaned way more into that motif,
You wanted more meth?
Song about meth, but sung to children.
I would have been into that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I have thought about this. This is not the same as singing about meth, but telling kids that things are bad makes them want it more. And I feel like the only reason I curse so much as an adult is because I was told that it was so naughty. And if the first time a kid curses, everyone goes, I'm like, no, you can't say that. Whereas if we were just like, well, fucking whatever, dude, I feel like it wouldn't be as big a deal, right?
But I think it's because when you're a child and you say a bad word, it like evokes a really big response. And you're like, I have power.
Yes.
Like just by saying, damn, which is barely a curse word. But even at that time it is. It's like, damn you. Damn you. Go to hell.
Go to damn.
Go to damn.
Like everyone has the experience of like being in the library and it's like, yo guys, stay behind. Jake's older brother taught him a new word. Ball sack. And everyone's like,
I remember when someone was like, the bad word is sex. We're like, what is that word?
Remember when I went to 4-H camp, it was 4th grade. And like at 4-H camp, every child just became a full-on like cursing like a sailor. Like every single kid was like, fuck you, you stupid shithead. It was like, and these are all 4th graders. And they're like, whenever, as long as no counselor was around, it was just Awful. I like we were playing miniature golf and people were just swearing, and that's a really funny combo of fourth graders playing miniature golf, and just if you overheard that conversation, every mother would be aghast.
Yeah. It is weird that some words are just like we've deemed them to be bad. Like there's nothing bad about them. They're just words.
I can only assume this is a little boy phenomenon. I don't know. I'm curious though, like little girls, if they curse at the same intensity and when that begins. I don't remember my sister doing it, but I was exclusively a cursor growing up.
I think there's something to that. Like if you tell kids you can't do it, then some of them want to do it. But also if you tell kids you can't do it, like it's part of it is you're creating like boundaries, and like that's helpful for them to know what the boundaries are. I don't think any of us are regular meth users or even occasional meth users. So probably the message "don't do meth" got through somehow.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know.
Do you ever throw curveballs to Wes where you're like, hey, Wes, don't go in the garden?
Well, the tricky thing is,
don't you
yeah,
dare.
sometimes
don't
you're telling him
dare.
no, but it's so funny what he's doing that you're kind of laughing, and I have to be like, don't. No. But he's like better at facial expressions now. He can tell when I'm like, don't actually mean it.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes I have to really work the acting skill to be like, don't do it. Even though I think it's so funny.
Yeah.
Stop spraying your butt with water, Wes. Stop. You stop that.
No, you don't do it. That's not good.
So Zach has a very fun story of this weekend. I'm sure it wasn't fun to experience, but it sure was fun to be a part of it for me. But I also don't know how this story even began. But I become a minor character in what I hope is only the third act. I don't know if it went further.
You're a full-on supporting character, Keith, and I would say that you're the first act break. Or maybe the second. Wow. You're firm second act material. Friends, listeners, I want to bring you on an odyssey. This weekend had a little bit of I'm curious, is it better to introduce a story by telling you what it's about, or just drop you in the action and you find out
drop
what
us
it
in.
is?
Drop us in.
I want to get dropped in.
So Friday evening, Maggie is exhausted from a long week of work. So she goes to bed very early. I'm talking like 9:30, which for Ned is like, yeah, that sounds like normal bedtime.
Like a little bit early, but not that much. It seems reasonable. If you're tired. Yeah.
So being the caring boyfriend I am, I close her door and I'm blasting the TV. So we have that separation.
Yeah.
Around midnight, I'm dozing
Noise
off.
panels.
I'm getting really, really sleepy. I'm like, all right, time to go to bed, Zach. What are you doing? I bring Bowie downstairs. I live in an apartment complex, so I bring him downstairs outside for his nightly pee.
This is midnight.
Yeah, midnight.
This is like middle of the night.
Like
It's weekend,
late.
Even though it's still every day is the same pandemic, I'm like, no, it's Friday. I'm staying up till midnight watching TV. That's my jam.
Yeah, fine.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, I am nodding off, barely able to keep my eyes open. I get back upstairs, and my door is locked.
Oh, no.
Oh.
You hate that.
Now, 99 times out of 100, I'm really good at checking, making sure it's not locked. But it's okay, because we have fail-safes. We have a key on Bowie's leash, but the key ring got loose a couple days ago, so we took the keys off, and we were going to fix it. But don't worry, we have fail-safe number 2. We have a lockbox. And I'm not going to tell you where the lockbox is, but I go to check the lockbox, and Maggie's sister had come over to let Bowie out to pee and did not put the key back in the lockbox. So that's 0 for 2. Both of my fail-safes are done.
No.
So I'm standing outside. It's
Fail-safes have
midnight.
become just fails.
Yeah.
Just fails.
Nothing safe about them.
I call Maggie 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. I call her 10 times. Yeah. Now, her phone, she started putting her phone across the room because she doesn't want to sleep with it next to her. But as a result, it's too far away. She can't hear it. So I think about knocking on the door and like banging on it. But I know the geography of my apartment,
And she's
there's like
getting
several.
what she wanted, which was a good night's
good
sleep
night's
with free of distractions.
She can't hear my knocks. There are other neighbors who I don't want to disturb, including a very sweet but very senile old woman. I do not want to freak her out. So it's now 12:10. I'm standing outside with my dog, and I am locked out for the entire night. What am I gonna do?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
And I want to add some wrinkles here. It's a pandemic. So one, normally on a weekend night, people would be up. I could text anybody. Can't do that. Two, there's no one that I can even go to. Like my normal roster of friends is pretty reduced right now of people that I'm actually able to see. So the first thing, I can't think right? I'm falling asleep.
Do you even have a mask?
I do have a mask. Yes, okay. I always wear my mask out when I take Bowie to pee, even though it's just the staircase. So immediately my mind goes, all right, well, I'm sleeping in my car tonight. I have one of those, I got a new car, luckily, and cars now, a lot of them come with an app where you can unlock your car from your phone. So I'm like, okay, I have that. At least that's a backup. My phone's on 12%, but I got that. But the first thing I have to figure out is that I really had to pee.
Oof. Yikes.
So I go down to the street and I'm just looking for like a dark corner, and I'm not kidding, 3 times in a row I have my pants down ready to pee on a tree, and then I hear like someone jogging by and I have to frantically
On the middle of your street?
what would you do in that situation?
I would
You have
find
to pee.
an alley or something that's a little more outside of the way.
And for context, you live in a neighborhood. There's not like, it's not like there's really a lot of nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a densely packed neighborhood.
Yeah.
There's got to be an alleyway somewhere though, near the local commercial strip.
You know, Ned, there definitely was an alleyway, and I wish I had thought of that. For some reason in my mind, I was like, well, I have to pee in grass so that it absorbs. Which actually,
That's a good thought.
in hindsight, pee does kill grass, so maybe I was being reckless there. Should have peed in an alleyway.
I think it's hilarious, this image of you still holding on to your dog, trying to pee like where he pees. Next to a random tree in front of your yard.
He was stoked. When I peed, he was like, oh my, dude, we're doing this? And then I've been waiting.
Are we pee buddies?
Should I run into the pee stream?
Yeah.
Is this fun?
So cop car pulls up.
We're all still in quarantine. Things are still stressful. I'm finding myself needing to sleep better because, sometimes my mind is buzzing. I'm thinking about things. I can't calm down. And one thing that has helped me calm down is Caliper Cbd.
Caliper believes that everyone deserves a simple way to feel better. Make it easy. Unlike CBD oils, Caliper CBD powder is completely tasteless and mixes easily in any food or drink. So you just take a little sprinkle right in your drink, and you get precisely 20 milligrams in each packet of Caliper CBD, so you never question how much CBD you're taking ever again. So there's no weird taste, no oily residue, no weird mouthfeel.
So I typically use it at the end of the day. Becky and I have taken to have some tea right before bed, and you can just throw one of these little packets right in that bad boy. It's just like, the whole point of having tea is to relax, and this just makes it extra relaxing, So you guys too can rediscover your best self with a CBD product that's clinically proven to be superior than a standard CBD oil. It's clinically proven that you absorb 450% more CBD with Caliper CBD powder compared to the tinctures. And also the tinctures, you have to squirt it under your tongue. It's not as fun. So get 20% off your first order when you use promo code TRYGUYS at trycaliper.com/TRYGUYS. You can try Caliper CBD risk-free for 30 days, and if you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund. That's trycaliper.com/TRYGUYS. Don't forget the promo code TRYGUYS for 20% off your first order.
The added stress of having Bowie during all this was like, okay, I have not just me, but this excitable dog who's like, where are we going? This is an adventure. So I try and get into my car. I lean the seat back all the way. I put my face mask on my eyes to try and block the fluorescent lights. But you guys know I have a terrible bad back. It's not working. So after about 10 minutes, I give up. I open my phone and I'm like, who can I turn to? So Ned, I know, has been asleep for 3 hours at this point.
I actually did stay up till midnight playing Magic the Gathering on Friday.
Whoa!
It was crazy, and I didn't get much sleep, but I knew I had one more day of my in-laws being in town. so I could sleep in a little bit.
So I could have
And-
texted Ned. I didn't
Yeah, I
think to.
probably would have just been like, what would I
Can't
have
help you,
done?
bro.
I probably,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm
what
awake. I
could
can't help you, man.
What could I have done? I guess I could have said you can sleep at my place, and
That is
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah, you can. Yeah, if you drive over to my place, I'll stay up an extra, 20 minutes, and then you can sleep on my couch. That would have been fun. We would have had a time.
I know, and Wes would have woken me up at 5 a.m. and said, "Do some push-ups,
Do some
bitch!"
push-ups.
I thought about texting Miles, but I was like, I can't do that. I don't know. It just felt so. I texted
That would have been
Keith.
a bro move. I would have been like, "Oh, dude, I'll stay up. We can freaking drink cappuccinos and hang out."
For some reason in my mind, Miles, I knew that you go to bed early and Sarah stays up late.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes. Yeah, I would
So
have been dead asleep, and
Yeah.
Sarah would have been fully awake watching Prison Break.
So I texted Keith, and I guess at this point in my mind still, I was like, Maggie's going to wake up at 4 a.m. to pee. If I can just wait it out, then
Only
she'll
4
notice
hours
that I'm
away.
gone.
Or is this like 1 a.m. now? Like, how long has
No,
this been
it's-
going on?
Probably
12:30.
12:20 at this point, 12:30. So I very sheepishly text Keith, and Keith, what was your experience at that
Your
point?
text was hey, are you still awake? Which, I don't know, it's kind of like, you want to fuck? I'm with
flirty,
Becky.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's like, you up? I'm like,
you up?
And I think I wrote, I think I responded because I was very sleepy. I was like, I'm about to not be. Because I saw his text when I went to plug in my phone to go to bed. So like I am pants off, shirt off, plugging in. Alfred and Becky and I are about to get into the bed. And then I get this text. So I respond like, I guess I'll respond. Sure.
Like,
It seems
no.
like I assumed
no,
you
but
were going to
sure.
be like, I thought of this crazy idea for a video and I just got to tell somebody. So I wrote sort of a, yes, I'm awake, but I'm not interested in talking response.
I was very embarrassed for whatever reason. I didn't I should have just called people and been like, hey,
Oh, you feel like a
this isn't
failure when you get locked out. That's for sure.
Yeah, like-
Anytime.
Very embarrassing. And you just peed on this poor tree.
Maggie was quick to point out the next morning, by the way, that there's definitely a security camera right where I
Oh, good.
But I don't know. I just was so I felt so ashamed that I didn't, and that this was my problem. I'm not gonna make someone stay up late because I fucked up and I did this stupid thing. So even as I'm texting Keith, I'm like, "Hey man, I need help." Actually, don't even worry about it. But really though, I could use a hand. It's not your problem. It's my
you really
problem.
Did need help. I'm sad that I didn't get to help you. Although to be fair, at 12:20, I would have been asleep.
Yeah.
11:45, you would have caught me, but 12:20.
But he's like, so Zach tells me what's going on. And so, of course, Becky and I do exactly what Zach has been doing and just start calling Maggie. Also, we're trying to see if we can't hack into their apps, their Amazons. Can we turn their Amazon on? Can we turn things on? Because Becky and
Zach,
Maggie,
could have
they're BFFs,
just
right?
blasted music.
So yeah, Becky, she first tried to drop in on Alexa. Oh shit.
Yeah, but
Shut up, Alexa. Go
'cause
away.
they used
Alexa, no.
Oh, it turned on.
hilarious.
Hopefully nobody's playing this on speakers in their house.
Right. She's trying to drop in because they used to be able to drop in, but they've deactivated that for each other since, which is unfortunate. And then she was trying to hack into her Spotify to play music. She was just trying to maybe I have access. I don't know. Me and Maggie are friends.
Wait, Zach, you don't share a Spotify with Maggie?
We have a family account, so I have my own, and her Spotify is what is connected to the.
So we're also trying to Facebook message. We're trying to, Facebook call, trying to FaceTime call, trying to do different sounds, right? Because they have different sounds. The rings are different. Because you might sleep through something you're used to,
Yeah,
but you might wake
right.
up for a different sound.
For context too, my brain at this point is broken. I can't think through any options. I'm just gonna die out here. And Becky, she's on, and she's like, I got solutions. We're gonna do Amazon. We're gonna do iTunes. We're gonna hit them when they're sleeping. We're gonna get them through the air. We're gonna get them through the sea.
We were looking to see, is there
Becky is Winston Churchill.
And we thought like there should be a function where on your phone you get to choose one person that you can basically like send one of those like red alert type sound effects to. Like when there's like a red alert in the town and like there's something wrong, you get these crazy horrific sound. Everybody's phones buzz, and like I should be able to do that for Becky's phone.
Yeah.
Right. I should get one contact that they have to agree that I can set a crazy alarm on their phone. It's just deafening noise.
Banshee.
Hey, Google, play Banshee Scream.
Yeah.
Because that would wake somebody up, you know?
Oh, yeah, it definitely would.
Basically, we go back and forth, Zach being like, could I come there? And I'm like, you can come there, but Bowie can't come in because we can't have pets in our apartment. And also, Alfred would be terrified of Bowie.
out.
But it's like, I guess if you could come here, I can let you into my spot. If you can like leave the car on for Bowie for a couple hours, and let's see, well, maybe we can do that.
Wow.
So I made Zach a cute little bed. I put a sheet on the couch. I put out a pillow, got a blanket out. We cleaned up the area, got him a phone charger, got him just set up. A nice little Airbnb situation for our boy. And he comes. I let him
there.
in. He
I'm
comes
there.
over.
And Keith, puts my car in his parking lot so that Bowie's not on the street, so that he'll be tucked away, so that he'll be, not freaked out. And this is probably now, we're nearing 1 a.m. Wow. I rest. Keith offers me a weed gummy because he knows that I sleep with CBD and I have a terrible back. So I eat my gummy. I close my eyes. I'm about to fall asleep. And then I hear the floorboards creaking, and Keith comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, I don't want to complicate things further, but I think that Bowie's barking a lot."
No.
So I'm like about to fall asleep at this point. The gummy is minutes from kicking in, and we go to the window, and I just hear he is frantic. He clearly
he's
like
freaking out.
What I didn't realize is that Keith's garage is connected to another garage. And so anytime that gate opens or if he sees somebody, it's a really startling sound for him.
It's pretty stressful. Just he's not in his normal bed.
Yeah, right.
You know, he's not in
He
his
runs
normal
anxious.
environment.
It's 1 a.m.
That's also true.
He runs
an anxious
anxious. Like his
Runs
father.
a little hot.
So he is, like freaking out, barking. I go down, he sees me and he's, hey man, what's up? He calms down, but it becomes very clear that this isn't an option because if anything happens in the middle of the night or at 5 a.m. when someone goes for their morning jog, he's not gonna. So I go back upstairs.
You sneak him into Keith's place? Did
Not
you
enough.
put a shawl and like a hat and some
Like a little baby.
oversized glasses and carry him in a baby stroller and say, "Oh, this is oh my god,
My God. There's a
at this.
Keith putting up a terrifying
oh my
picture of
god,
Bowie.
that's very scary."
That was the glow
Very
of the
scary.
light. When I went to go find him, I was like, "You good, dude?" And he's like, "No, I'm not good."
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we thought about doing the 2 guys in a trench coat where if Keith's landlord had stopped us, we'd been like, "Oh no, this is my grandmother coming to visit. She's very sick." Anyway, so I get back up. Keith has rolled up all of the bedding and the pillows into like a little travel pack for me. And he's like, "Hey man, good luck." No, but what he did is he then gave me keys to our office, which luckily is not so far from Keith's. So I drive over to our office once
Now
again.
you're basically right near my house.
I should have just
Yeah,
broke
you're
in. I get to the office. It's now 1:30 in the morning. I am fully stoned.
Oh, God, that's right.
We don't have a couch in there anymore.
We do have a couch. Thank
Yeah.
fucking
We
God.
We have a couch, but there
Uncomfortable.
There are creatures in the walls.
Now, our office in the past few months, we already were infested with rats pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
They took over the shed entirely. They had started to encroach on the house.
We retreated.
Yeah, we fully retreated.
We gave up. They
Yeah,
won.
They won.
They won the battle of the second try. It's theirs
We
now.
tried to make shore defenses on our main house.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. Didn't work.
Built a moat. They
Turns
climbed
out
over
when you
it.
have a bunch of people working out of a house, they leave snacks places.
Yeah.
So I shit you not. I open the door into the darkness and I hear tick, tick, tick,
Of course.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that's terrifying.
Yeah, no, I mean, even when we lived there, we would sometimes see a little skitter scatter in the middle of the night.
Oh man.
There's something about
I saw
that.
one. I saw this big old tubby boy once squeeze through a grate, and I'm like, how'd he do that? How did his body get through that? That was amazing.
Are rats like cats where they can dislocate their shoulders and just
Yeah, they can get through some really small
New York
openings for
Subway's
sure.
got nothing on the Try Guys old office. current office.
Yeah.
So Bowie and I also, for whatever reason, all the equipment, we're still going into the office to pick up equipment, drop off equipment. So whatever reason, all of the equipment was on the couch.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole empty floor, but every C-stand we own, every heavy light, everything we have is on that couch. So I'm like now stoned, tired, delirious. I'm just taking equipment off and throwing C-stands.
Why were C-stands on the couch? That doesn't even make sense.
They're
Not a good place to put them.
We're at C-stands on the couch. I would never put a C-stand on the couch.
I don't know, man.
Miles, we need to talk about this. We've been in quarantine. We've been doing the same thing. The laundry never stops. The emails never stop. It feels like I've got plenty on my to-do list. Give yourself one less thing to worry about and let DoorDash take care of your next meal. It's easy. It's the app that brings you food you're craving right now to your door. You just open up your phone, beep, boop, beep, and then boom, you got food. Ordering is easy. You just open the DoorDash app, choose what you want to eat, and your food will be left safely outside your door with the new contactless delivery drop-off setting. I love this. I use it all the time.
It's kind of like it's every time you order dinner, it's like Christmas morning. You open your door and there it is, just out of nowhere, surprise, food.
And with over 300,000 partners in the U.S., Puerto Rico, Canada, and Australia, you can support your local go-tos or choose your favorite national restaurants like Chipotle, Wendy's, and the Cheesecake Factory.
Many of your favorite local restaurants are still open for delivery. Just open the DoorDash app, select your favorite local restaurant, and your food will be left right at your door. And right now, baby girls, you can get $5 off and zero delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code TRYGUYS. That's $5 off your and zero delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code TRYGUYS. Don't forget, I know you've already forgotten, don't forget, that's code TRYGUYS for $5 off your first order with DoorDash. TRYGUYS DoorDash.
And I am happy to report that I was finally able to get to sleep at 2:15 in the morning.
Wow.
The couch was way more comfortable than I expected, considering it is really on its last leg. That couch is about to die.
Yeah.
The only other events is that at about 4 in the morning, I woke up to what I swear was the sound of a rat munching on drywall. It was like,
Oh my God.
for about 2 minutes. And I yelled and it paused and then it continued again.
Oh, it's
Ew.
really,
Like I wake up and I go, no.
no, stop.
Stop it. Keep it down.
And then the final ribbon on it. I had texted her updates all night, but at 6:30 in the morning, Maggie calls and goes, "Where are you? Are you okay?" And I'm like, I just fell asleep.
Oh no.
Too little, too late. Sleeping Beauty.
Becky did send like a text right at the very end of the night that was like, Maggie, when you wake up, you're going to have a million messages. Zach is at the office. Don't freak out. But of course, that was one of a million messages. So
Yeah, I don't think she read any of the text. She just saw that I was gone and called for her beloved.
And then Zach also, to let me know that he had made it safely, sent this much more relaxed photo of Chloe.
Oh, look at him.
Still, it's frightening. But
Yeah, internally he's freaking out, but externally he's at least on a nice bed in the office. Wow.
He was on guard all night. He was keeping me safe from those rats.
I mean,
That was like, Zach was like, oh, but there's rats there. I was like, yeah, but you got Bowie. He's like, that's true, actually. Bowie would probably wake up and deal with a rat because he'd be thrilled to have a new friend.
Rat would be like, oh, run away.
So that was my super litty weekend.
that's an adventure for
That
sure.
really is an adventure.
I was really half hoping, half worried that there would be an extra kink, right? Because sometimes, so there's our office has a tricky lock. And if somebody puts the tricky lock on, you can't get in the office. There's a tricky lock, and you can't
climb
beat
the
it.
fence, break in the back. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing. I've done it several times.
I was like, God, I hope Zach doesn't get there and somebody set the tricky lock. But also I do, because I want to know what happens next in the story.
Where would he go?
Yeah,
Keith was telling
what's
me,
next?
he was like, you're going to get there and someone's going to be breaking into the office. It's going to be like the one night.
Just a man in a Santa suit. You're like, Eugene? He's like, yes, child.
I just figured, like, you know, if this was a movie, you would get there to stop a robbery. Like, right, all these events would have been because the universe was forcing you to go deal with a different problem. We were sort of surmising. Because when Zach was leaving, I was like, well, good luck, man. I don't know what's next for you, but this is where my role in the story stops.
And it's called All Nighter.
I did feel like the tavern scene in Lord of the Rings, when they all have to stop in the rainy town for a moment, but then they don't even get to stay because the ring wraiths come, so they have to leave to a new location. Like, I felt like that kind of innkeeper in a story.
Yeah.
In the movie version of this, at the very end, when I'm about to be defeated, then there would be like a big light, and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm blinded. And then it would be a silhouette, and then Keith appears with a sword on fire, and he goes, run for the hills! And he saves me.
Or like Maggie would be there, right? Like, it would be Maggie who finds you or something.
It's a weird character quirk I have, where whenever the worst things are happening to me, I go, this is kind of a fun story, though. Like, I was so miserable.
Yeah.
I was so miserable, but I was like, if The Office doesn't work, or if Keith doesn't answer, the story's going to be more interesting.
Definitely have those times where even in the middle of a horrible experience, you're like, this is going to be a good story.
Yeah.
Like, you can at least think of that little silver line. It's like, well, I get to tell people about this at least, and that'll give me and maybe them some joy. So, you know, it's not all bad.
I mean, the fact that you made it all to Keith's, and you had a bed that was made up, and you hit the weed gummy and are about to fall asleep, and then a whole other thing happens, that's crazy. I mean, that's
False
wild.
victory.
We definitely gotta take care of those rats, or maybe we just abandon it. You know, maybe we
What if we burn it down?
sacrifice our security deposit.
One of them insurance arsons, you know?
Oh,
Not saying we're gonna do that.
Yeah, no.
In case it burns down, it was not premeditated.
I will say we were supposed to move into our new office in August. It's August.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think we're looking at November now.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. But Zach, if you ever do need a place to stay, you can always stay at my house.
I appreciate that. As long as it's before 9 p.m.
As long as it's before 9 p.m.
And also, Miles, thrilled to know that, you know what, I'm going to have to get Sarah's digits.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to be my night shift savior.
She plays a game every night that's how loud can I watch the TV while Miles is asleep so that he doesn't wake up and tell me to turn it off.
You should buy her some of those like gamer headphones where it's like puts the TV in your headphones. Just watch Netflix through the gamer headphones.
When you watch those crime dramas or superhero shows, though, it'll be like very nice dialogue, and then at some point it is just gunfire and sirens and explosions. And subwoofer. Especially, I think that I'm going to call it out. Netflix, sometimes their sound mixing is all over the goddamn place. Woo! And it's like, bro, you gotta just throw it through it. You just have to master it, baby. Just don't. What is going on?
Don't even get me started with like trying to have the baby not wake up. Can we talk? I mean, the sound mixing. You go from like, I feel like it was Game of Thrones was the worst, where it's like the dialogue scenes are like, and so then you turn it up because you're like, I can't hear what the hell they're saying. And then the action scenes are like,
you know what's the worst offender of that? Cable. Because they mix the commercials so much louder than the shows. And it's like, what?
You know what's funny? That's illegal. So
they do it.
I know. So I mean, you just have to pay a fine, right? It's not illegal. It's just against a code. So you have to pay. But there are like,
is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's not a felony. It's to make people wake up in the middle of the night.
Here.
But it is like a thing that you're not supposed to do, and there's like guidelines for it. But I don't know if it actually does apply to like streaming, and that's why I think those Hulu ads sometimes are like, Jesus God, it's so loud. Oh my goodness.
Well, my story has taken up a huge chunk. Do we have time for our other seggy?
We got a new segment here. Last week we kind of talked a little bit about this, but there's a lot of projects that these three guys, my bros, have been working as creative types for a long time. And when you're a creative type, you got a lot of projects that stick, and you got some that aren't so sticky. And so I thought it'd be fun if you pitched some of your ideas that weren't so sticky. Ideas that turned out might have been bad or just not that interesting. In a segment we're calling, That's Not What It Takes.
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 All right. I got one to pitch.
Nice.
In my 20s, I was in a sketch group in Chicago we called ourselves Warm Milk. We did a whole bunch of shows. Great name. Classic sketch group name. Mm-hmm. And our white whale, the one idea that I always wanted to do, but we could never pull off, was a whole show that was all one joke. And to understand the joke, you need to know the concept of a blackout. A blackout is a type of sketch where it only lasts like 10, 15, 30 seconds, and it's just one joke, and then the lights black out. So we wanted to do a show that was 69 different blackouts that all had the punchline 69.
Oh,
So we
really?
wrote a bunch of blackouts that all really had weird ways of ending in 69. Let me give you one.
I'm pretty into this. I mean, you're saying this is a bad idea.
It's a pretty great idea.
It's a hard to get produced idea.
yeah.
A band that I adore called the Magnetic Fields did release an album called 69 Love Songs, and he just was like, I'm just gonna write, and they're fantastic, but it's 69 fucking songs about love. It's great.
All right, here's one. Oh, this has been such a romantic evening. I know, and we haven't even eaten anything yet. The server comes to the table. All right, folks, our specialist tonight are sirloin steak garnished with mashed potatoes, ribeye steak with arugula, filet mignon steak with a steak tip, soup on a plate that is a drawing of a steak staked with a wooden stake. Looks like we're having steaks tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh, we're just getting started.
That reminds me of like the feeling when you're at a comedy show and there's a blackout and like the tech didn't put the music right after the blackout, so it blacks out and you can feel the audience kind of go and then the music just kicks in right.
But Miles, imagine a show where you do that 69 times.
Yeah.
Oh, this club is going to be so great. I know. Woo, bachelorette party. I'm sorry. We're at capacity. You guys can't come in. What the hell? That's bullshit. Can't you read the sign? 6 denied.
Wow, I thought this was just like a hypothetical, but you began.
I'm reading from a doc that was last edited October 1st, 2011.
Wow, those are good docs.
That's a good doc. Wow.
Well,
How
I
will we
wish-
ever build this fire in time? Just keep collecting kindling. Can't find any more. We need more sticks. I know. We have so many sticks to find.
That's not even.
That's not even.
It doesn't even sound like 69. That's
What
very
does it
funny.
take to get a table in this place? I know. We've been waiting almost an hour. Mr. Gerard, table 60. Table 60. Mr. Gerard, table 60. Finally. Yep, table 60's mine.
It's so weird. Normally when we do these podcasts, we can't actually hear the audience, but this time I just heard the entire audience groan and slap their
Raucous-
forehead, and
raucous
Yeah.
laughter. People are peeing their pants. So bad.
Riot, standing ovation.
Standing ovation riot.
I'm a big fan of
Cheering
like
everywhere.
a commitment to uncomedy. It's like the you just keep
The
going
anti-joke,
anti-comedy. That's what it is. And I feel like you would have me, Ned. By number 20, I would be hysterical.
Yeah, that sounds like a good show. That's good.
I think it'd be great.
Can we start a GoFundMe for this? I want to
GoFundMe for Ned 69.
I think at some point there's going to be a time where we need to record a tripod and only Ned's going to be available. And I think you should,
and that's when I'll do it
without interruption. Go through every single one in the show order you wrote them in, and like Miles, you can't interrupt him.
Of course, absolutely.
It's just Ned reading this document top to bottom. That's it.
Ned's one-man show.
We never finished it. It's like part of it was we couldn't think of 69 different. Oh, actually, here's a different doc. This is a lot. Oh, this has 50 of them.
Ooh, we're getting there. We're getting close.
Whoa.
Well, we'll workshop this. We got some time.
I don't know where all of the text for these is just a list of punchlines.
Oh, good. You reverse engineer it. Yeah.
Yeah. We shape ourselves like number 69. That's pretty funny.
It's a long show.
6 and 9 on t-shirts. That's pretty funny.
No, it's not. If they're 15 seconds.
Someone rubbed.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If they're really
Someone rubbed Vaseline all over that tree. Yeah, man, it's a slippery pine.
That's a bit of a slant rhyme, but we'll take it. 51, slippery pine. I'm putting it in there.
Have you had
Slippery
this
pine,
new tea from Zydeco? The Sips Divine. That's a sponsored joke.
And thank you for the plug.
You're welcome.
We launch on Monday, just a few days away. Get ready, folks.
Wow. I've definitely at the same time in Chicago was coming up with all sorts of, I was really trying to figure out a web series because we had done some like we did our I Made America series and it did like pretty well and it was like cool and we were having success. I was becoming an editor. I was learning video production. I was like trying to figure out what else can I do. And I was also, as I do now, doing musical comedy. And I came up with a web series called Everybody's Tuesday. And it used the mechanic that Arrested Development would end up using in its like last season, where it was basically the same day from every character's perspective. So it was that mechanic, but it was a musical, and it was supposed to be just an average day of 8 Chicagoans. And the fun mechanic of it would be if there was a scene, let's see, Ned and I were in a scene, but it was from my perspective, and there was a song. When we returned to Ned's version of that day, the song would correlate to either be the same melody with different lyrics or the same lyrics with a different melody. So it was like playing on even how music would be interpreted differently in the story. And I wrote like a dozen songs for it, but one song was just about eating cereal because I had like sent out, like I asked my whole comedy troupe Octavarius, like, give me everything you do on a Tuesday. Like, just list it out. And I'm going to take all these things and I'm going to try to interweave them in each other. But I did write a song called Dickin' Around, which is about showing up to work late and just not doing work, but just dicking around. And that song ended up making it onto, the project never happened, but that song got onto one of my albums that I made at that time. I just keep dicking around. I can't stop dicking around. And that's all it was.
That.
Sometimes I feel like that when it's 10:55 a.m. and I feel like it's time for lunch. Like, here I am, a mere
around.
1 hour and 55 minutes after I've started work.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for lunch.
I feel like with all of us, many of our ideas that maybe should have been rejected, we just found a way to make reality.
Yeah, that's
anyway.
true. Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Keith has a song that honestly, one of my favorite live performances I've ever seen you do. It's not the one you're thinking of, Miles, where you sing Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra, but you replace all the lyrics with just sitting on the moon.
It's about going to the moon. It's fly me to the moon and let me stand upon the moon. Let me walk around the moon and sit upon the moon. In other words, I'm on the moon. And then it's just, in other words, I'm on the moon. There's no other words.
That's great.
It killed me. I don't
Yeah.
know why, and I can't sing that song anymore. I just sing your version.
Yeah.
The best part about that is that in Chicago, because I was a French horn player for a long time, right? So I actually had like links into the music scene from people who I had known in high school and college who did music. So I had a friend, Mark Hebert, who is this amazing saxophone player. He was like one of my best like music friends in Tennessee.
Wow.
So he would come and just play an amazing sax solo in the middle of this song when I performed it. And it was like this incredibly dumb song, right? And then just a person who's playing at like the Green Mill, one of the jazz clubs regularly, just comes in and just wails on a saxophone. And then we change the key. We do a key change, and we sing one last verse that's just boot dot doo dot doo ba doot dot doot da doo dot doo. And while he's playing beautifully on the saxophone, it was just such a fun.
That is the kind of
to
joke
the
where the
next level.
better musically it is, the funnier
Yes.
it is that
Like-
you're not singing lyrics.
Yeah.
You guys know that I early in my career struck out to be a TV writer. So I wrote a lot of pilot scripts, a lot of spec scripts. Being like a sitcom writer was my main goal in my most of my 20s. Here's a pilot idea that didn't get written. I think it's hot. It's steamy. It's Gossip Girl, but it's all set in a southern country club. I feel like this was like 2019 Watchmen before its time. Like there's all these like racial tensions going on. There's all these like
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl.
Watchmen.
Exactly like Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl, Watchmen,
Gossip
same
Girl,
thing.
Watchmen. Yeah, no,
Finally,
not
marriage.
Not quite.
Sister Night is the Blair Waldorf of
Exactly.
it's the same. I get it.
You get it.
Dr. Manhattan is Chuck Bass.
But
I'm on board.
I actually did write a Gossip Girl spec script. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh my god.
We've talked about this so many times. Ned has a Gossip Girl spec script, a Big Bang Theory spec
Yep.
script, a New
New
Girl,
Girl.
or am
I wrote one for New Girl.
What are we doing, guys? I need to read these scripts.
They're probably not great.
I'm sure though they're like good enough and therefore not actually funny. Like it'd be way funny. Like I wrote screenplays when I was 12. Those are a nightmare, right?
Yeah,
That's the kind of
sure.
thing you want to read that I have locked away in a safe that will never see the light of day.
Yeah, as a 23-year-old, it's probably like you're really trying, and it's still not great, but it's like not so bad it's funny.
Who was your favorite Gossip Girl character to write for, Ned?
Oh gosh,
So many,
Dr.
too.
Manhattan.
I mean, obviously Chuck Bass has the most
Real
depth,
pathos.
real pathos. I mean, I just like writing a good asshole.
Interesting sentence out of
Yeah.
if you didn't hear what came
really-
before or after it.
Didn't really mean the intonation wasn't quite right there.
Sounded like
Really
writing.
Writing.
asshole.
Like
Riding a
writing.
good asshole.
Writing.
Because I'm so nice so much of the time that writing someone who's awful is fun.
It's also fun, like in a play, to play someone awful.
All of my screenplays were bad. Were crazy. I had one that was it was a Cronenberg-esque love story about people falling apart while falling in love, like a real body
that
horror
story.
rom-com. I still like
that's
it.
good.
I thought about dusting it off when like in December when I had heard about coronavirus, but then it became so ever encompassing that I'm like, no one wants to read a story about people in quarantine. It's too much. You'll have to hear about my rejected movie some other time.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to miss out on the advice today, but I hope it's good. I hope it
be
does
really
great things
special.
for you.
Yeah.
I hope it's not just some extra thing Miles has bought this week.
No, he would never.
I would never. It's going to be really special this week.
I got to take off early. I hope that Zach and Ned can do an impromptu duet as the official theme song this week.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Keith, is there any ideas you've been mulling over? Anything that you want us to be inspired by?
I typically just grab a topic from earlier that I think is funny, and then I sort of throw in some other accents of other things, or I just pick something totally arbitrary. It really, I don't think about it at all until the moment I start singing, I would say. So
all right, you
that's
got it.
my
Yeah,
advice.
that's good. That's good advice.
Well, Keith is gone. Goodbye, Keith. Thanos snapped. You're dust now, baby.
Wow.
And then he's just like that.
was
He's
quick.
out of here.
Wow.
I'll tell you about my Samuel L. Jackson movie some other time. But for now, if you are lost in life, perhaps you got locked out of your house this weekend. Perhaps you've been binging Gossip Girl trying to write a steamy Chuck Bass storyline. Well, you might need some advice. And when we need advice, we go to the one man, the only man, a man who will go for miles. This is advice that'll go for miles with your host, Miles Bonsignore.
It's advice that'll go for miles. Tune it to your radio station. It's advice that'll go for miles. Everyone get ready. Miles Nation.
Nation!
That's pretty big.
Miles Nation.
Normally I kind of check out during this, but since it's just you and me, Ned, I gotta be like tapped in.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, man.
Advice
That's a
that'll go for miles.
duster.
What's up, Miles Nation? How's everyone doing tonight?
Pretty good.
All right.
Have you ever wanted to be a kitty?
You're looking at me. You know the answer is yes.
Have you ever wanted to lick a can of tuna with your little kitty claws?
Well,
Oh, it made me uncomfortable. Unlock your fear of spooky little kitties and their dander and their paws. Don't be afraid, Ned.
don't be afraid.
And take an antihistamine.
What?
I'm allergic to cats. and a huge population of people are out there, obviously, because kitties can make you sneezy.
Yeah.
And they can make you itchy, and they can make you fearful that your horniness is going to go away because you'll be sneezing and not able to get romantic.
I've never had that fear.
So what you're going to want to do is before you see a little minx, a little feline friendo, you're going to want to take an antihistamine. Now, this segment is not sponsored, okay? Yet. But Claritin, looking at you. If you
Zoloft.
if we
CVS off-brand.
Zoloft isn't
Zoloft an antidepressant.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Zyrtec. Sorry, my bad. I used to take both.
Yeah, exactly. So I take a Claritin every time I'm be around cats, and it makes me less sneezy. Still sneezy, but less. And so we have been cat sitting for our neighbors, and it's been a real godsend. So I can snuggle those little fuckers.
Yeah,
And,
real good for snuggles.
Yeah, get real snuggled up, but without having to worry about the sneeze factor.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's I don't
Good
know.
advice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're
know
going to
that
be around
anyone-
a cat. Like, take an anti-allergy medicine.
Sure. Sometimes
Yeah.
you can also just take a Sudafed for fun.
Okay.
Well,
no,
okay, let's
no,
not
no.
recommend that.
No, just kidding.
No.
Yeah, okay, don't do that.
Okay, we're backing up.
Okay, we're gonna back up off that, Your Honor. And
There is a real thing. There is the thing where my unifying theory of the world is that maybe a good 70-80% of people who say they hate cats are actually just allergic to cats.
I think that's true. I probably would love cats if I wasn't allergic to cats.
There you go. Case in point.
mm-hmm.
Case in Porter.
Buy the Miles Nation shirt.
Yeah, check it out. TryGuys.com. Also, we just released the rainbow line. Yesterday. You can get it. We've been wearing these for a while, and we saw some comments saying, "Hey, please put that on sale," and so we did.
We've got these. We've also got Pride shirts up on the site. Really cool. 2 cute designs.
Yeah, check it out. TryGuys.com. Help support the show and our staff with your dollars, and also hit subscribe. Rate us 5 stars. It helps other people discover the show. So if you like the TryPod, rate us 5 stars. Help other people discover the TryPod.
Damn
and
right.
If I could repeat a personal plug, Zydeco Tico is going on sale this Monday. I haven't really talked about it much on this podcast, but if you've been following along, you know I've been working for months publicly, but over a year now to launch this tea company. We've got an anti-inflammatory breakfast blend. I've got a really delicious and relaxing, chill end of day soothe tea. Why can't I speak? I haven't had my tea today. Really good. Very proud of it. So look out for that on Monday.
Enough said.
Don't check out You Can Sit With Us.
Yeah, please don't.
They're more popular than we are.
And they're bullying
Ariel is
us.
standing
Look at
over
her.
me, eating crackers, waiting for me to finish.
You
So
think
she
we do
can
that?
record her podcast, which doesn't even come out till Tuesday. So
We don't do that.
Don't check
we
it out
don't
on
do that
Tuesday.
to you.
Yeah, exactly. I'll ask them if they can kind of plug our show because we really need it at this point.
Yeah, have
so.
they done that yet, Miles?
Yeah,
No,
but it
I'm
really
gonna
should be a
ask them
two-way
to-
street.
Yeah, they're really nice. So I'll just sort of
You know them?
Yeah, I know them. They're pretty cool.
wow.
I'm about to record their podcast right
Oh,
now.
cool.
So,
All right.
I
Well,
heard Maggie answers your phone calls at midnight.
yeah, exactly. Maggie was locked out the other day. She just came right over. We had tea.
She was actually, when I was locked out, she was texting with Miles. That's why she didn't answer her phone.
Zach and Ned, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
Well, when you don't have Keith, you gotta sing your own song.
Gotta sing your own song with your big boy voice.
Go to the moon and sit on the moon. Fly
And
me to
then
the
you
moon.
might look back at Earth and fall asleep on a couch. It's the TryPod.
TryPod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.